this has happened, or when I was here last time, I mean, you know, you have been
Maybe
coming
talking
up.
about the crabs.
Yes,
Yeah.
like the crabs.
You mentioned the crabs.
Yeah.
What is, yeah,
The
what's a crab?
crabs. Yeah, you don't have that on the menu anymore. That's one thing. And it's a miss. I tell you, the southern, I think it's the one that happened for the time, the fastest. Because we would always say, oh, you will never finish the crabs on Utila. You know, that was like a slogan for the island. There were so many crabs, you know. People on a motorcycle splashed them, and it was, there's couldn't even go on the road without that. And now you see the little babies barely making it. That has been a big change, and
Why did that
apparently,
change? You know, like what, and how fast, cause I don't mean to interrupt anyone, I'm so interested in it, cause I just noticed it too, coming back, within like 5 years, they're just gone. Yeah.
apparently we have a predator that's been introduced to the island, that's doing a lot of damage. That I think they're working at it now. At least with this administration, there seems to have a little more interest in helping it.
With the raccoon?
Yeah, the raccoon, they claim is doing a lot of damage to not only the crabs, but they're feeling it. And that's why we are feeling it as far as that. It was a lot of exporting it to the mainland too, and that got out of control, Before we would have, my grandfather used to take sykes of crabs to the mainland to sell also, when he did. Well, he would take maybe 10 sykes, the other one 10. I mean, it was so much, but then it got that you have these big markets demanding the crab meat, and it was just being exported, not a crab, the meat, pounds and pounds of crab meat over there too. It wasn't just for local consumption, it was done to feed a big market. So in between that and the raccoon is where it's at now, with how much of it.
Can I ask one more question? Does that mean now it's harder to make certain meals that islanders enjoy?
Yeah, the crab bar, crab soup, the crab boil.
Yes,
Yeah,
it has.
and that was considered a poor people food them days.
Yes,
Now it's a delicacy.
and now it is a delicacy because my mom is a person that she really likes to stick to the traditional food. So recently she was in shock because she paid 100 and I don't know if it was 175 or 180 lempiras, almost 200 lempiras for a pound of crabs.
Wow.
And my sister was like, it's cheaper for you to get shrimp.
Oh, wow.
But she said, but I really like to eat the crab, and she had the money too. But when you're going to compare something that literally only poor people ate back in the day to shrimp that is actually, when you see that you're gonna pay more for something that is local.
Right. And you used to just be able to grab it.
And then exactly, so that has changed because it's a poor person is not able now to actually get that, because even if they go on and then if they go into the crabs, it's like now they probably won't use the crabs for personal consumption, but then now it has to be sold for them to make a livelihood out of there. Yes. So do you have another?
No, I'm sorry.
question? No. how did you manage local resources in the past?
How did we manage them? I didn't help it out. Like, what do you mean?
Okay, let's say for instance, okay, you mentioned something how, now everything has to be bought. Before,
okay,
you
okay,
can
I got
actually
it.
have trade,
Mm,
and, there were certain things
Okay.
that weren't brought from the mainland, that, the island wasn't in need to import certain vegetables or certain fruit. Because I remember as a young girl, we never bought mangoes. I don't remember ever paying anything for a mango. If I wanted a mango, I just, went and picked it up and stuff like that. Nowadays, I mean, when you think that you have to pay like 30 lempiras for a mango, I mean, it's like almost, not precisely $2, but it's over $1. And back in the day, you didn't buy any.
It's true.
So how did you manage local resources in the past? Or how do you remember these, resources being managed?
Part of my childhood, I remember every morning, once we moved up Colemico, that was just before I went to La Ceiba, so I moved up to Colemico when I was like 7, I think. My job used to be, we used to get up at the daylight break and go pick a crab. Oh, we didn't have electricity back then, that was in the 80s. We had a little battery fan that, kept a little fan on when it was a lot of mosquitoes, sounds right. So we had to go pick up crab. Oh, I remember going up on the hill up there by Miss Carrie James, Frank Morgan area, all those, trees up there.
Just behind the soccer field, just so.
Not by the school
by the
hill,
school,
up in that area, that was all open, no fences was there and stuff, and everyone got tamarind trees, craboo, mangoes, canapes, guava, what are these, cocoa plums, or them, what do you call these hog plums. And things. So we collected them, whatever was in season got collected, I remember. My mom would put make us wash the crab, we'll put them in bottle with water and seal it. And, through the year we had, if we wanted to make a crab drink, we got a bottle and made the drink, For some reason that preserves the crab, we just put it in
Tell me
water.
what craboo is.
Oh, Nancy.
Oh, Nancy.
Nancy,
Okay.
yeah, we got a craboo because that's what the crabs eat a lot, it feeds off of that.
At first I thought you meant crab, and so thank you for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
I know
yellow,
it is. Yeah, they're good.
Yes. Okay, talking about that, what areas are abundant in natural resources?
Right now, on Utila?
Yes, right now.
Oh, and then maybe compared to where in the past.
Yes,
Oh,
and like
okay.
what, because you mentioned craboos and you mentioned, hog plums. I know that this section here is very abundant with hog plums. As you come up here, all of this section, they all have hog plums. And right now, as you walk up right there in the morning, if you really breathe, you can actually smell
What is hog
it.
plum? Is it kind of?
It's a plum. I mean,
We got some up there right now.
we have
Oh,
some,
look
yeah,
out.
so yes, they're right, you can see them right there.
And then orange, yeah.
Right, you can
Oh,
see them.
I know those,
Yes.
yes, yeah. Why are they called hog plum?
Because we have cocoa plums also, so you have to differentiate which plum you're actually talking about.
But it has nothing to do with hogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes,
Um,
it's just like the craboo.
Yeah.
So the craboo is what the crabs would
And these ones
The-
the hogs eat.
Yeah, someone fed them to the hog,
Oh,
and they just allow them.
wow.
And they love watching how they eat them. They call it.
And then that's
From then
what-
that stayed on with hog plums.
Yes,
And
because
so
we
the-
have,
yeah.
so because we have these that we call, because if we just say plums,
Which one?
then you have these that are called hog plums.
Mhm.
And then you have the other ones that are called cocoa plums, because as you eat them, because the how would I say, the meat is very soft,
The cocoa
the
plum.
cocoa plum, but when you get to the center of it and you break it, then what you have in the inside, it really tastes like if you were eating a little piece of coconut. Yes.
Are those the pink and white?
Yes, some are pink, some are white, and you also have some that are like black.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do they grow by the coconut trees too, or?
Yes, they grow near the coconut trees. You will find them all around the shore.
But
Yes.
you won't see these ones, the,
No, these are no.
They don't go on the shore.
These only grow here on what we would call the highland,
Ah,
and the other ones grow on the shore.
Yeah.
so
Like
interesting
salt
to
area,
Yes.
sandy
Mhm.
area for coconut.
yeah.
So,
Yes, sorry, interrupted.
yeah, no.
Or the areas, yeah, well, growing up back in the 80s, you just had to walk up to school, hill there in that area, and I got all tamarind, we collect